Hello, my name is Brianna Henry, and I am currently a sophomore attending Sam Houston State University. I'm majoring in interdisciplinary studies with a minor in fourth grade math. Now let's get started. For the first question, it states, in your own schooling, did you have a subject area, task, or assignment where you struggled? How did you solve it? How would you use this experience to guide you in helping your future students? I struggled in chemistry. I remember that vividly. At first, I was scared to speak up and ask questions because I felt like everybody else was understanding and I didn't want to be that only person. But then I realized my grade is way more important than what other people may think of me. And plus, it's the teacher's job to make sure that all of his students understand the concept. So when I was lost, instead of moving forward and continuing to be lost and building on top of what I already didn't know, I raised my hand politely and I asked, hey, can you go in depth a little more and explain this because I'm not grasping the subject very well. And that helped me a lot because instead of just staying in my shell, I stepped out of my comfort zone and asked questions, which helped me gain a better understanding of that subject. I would use this experience to guide my future students by telling them, hey, like, it's okay to ask questions. That's my job. I want you to understand. I want you to pass. I want you to be successful. Please ask me questions. I'm not gonna look at you crazy. I don't mind. That is my job. My main goal is to help you understand. That's why I'm teaching this subject. So I would always, and some students, even though they may be scared to ask questions, so as a teacher, I will stop and ask, hey, does everyone understand? Can I move forward from this point? For the second question, tell about a teacher who impacted your education, either negatively or positively, and how will this experience impact your teaching in the future? Mr. Stafera, my geometry teacher and algebra 2 teacher, he's who influenced me to become a math teacher. He was great. His main goal was for every student to be successful, and I feel like that's what a teacher is supposed to be. You should want to see your students succeed and understand whichever subject you're teaching, and he loved his job. He went above and beyond for his students, which I plan on doing. For example, you know how like some teachers don't accept late work? Well, he was the type of teacher, it can be like the end of the 6 weeks, he'd go back and look where you had zeros and he'd come up to you and be like, hey, I know it's 6 weeks later, but if you turn in this assignment, I will give you credit. Like, even though it's 6 weeks later, like he just went above and beyond and did stuff that I've never seen another teacher do because he wanted his students to succeed that bad. And he was just so great. He always had a positive attitude. He didn't let even if you can tell he was having a bad day, he didn't take it out on us. He was always bright, and I love that about him. What strengths do you possess that will make you suitable to become an effective educator? What weaknesses do you think you have, and how will you address these throughout your teaching career? Strengths I have, I'm very optimistic. I don't let my personal life affect my work life. I'm a good leader. I always like to take charge and be in control, but in a good way. I like to help others. I am very compassionate. And what weaknesses do I have? Honestly, I talk fast. I know I talk fast. I'm kind of slowing it down for this interview. Well, I may be talking fast by now, but yeah. So I can address these throughout my teaching career by asking, hey guys, am I going too fast? Do I need to slow it down? And go on from there. For the last question, explain what your relationship as a teacher should look like with your students outside your classroom as well as on social media. I think it's very unprofessional for a teacher to have a relationship with a student outside of the classroom. Like, I do not agree with teachers having students as friends on social media. Like, your only relationship with your students should be in that classroom, and it should be the best relationship ever. But outside of the classroom, no, you don't ever, it doesn't matter what career you have, you don't bring your personal life with your work life. It just doesn't ever have a good outcome. Yeah, thanks for your time.